Hey everybody, welcome back to, this is week 5 of nutrition. Anyone can change one. I know we're at week 6 on exercises, but welcome back to week 5 of Anyone Can Change One with my friend Annette Bridges.
Yay!
So last week we talked about intermittent fasting, and we gave you a couple of ideas on how to incorporate it, when to incorporate it, who should do it, just lots of variations on a theme. Annette asked me a really great question today, so I think in continuing with the theme of fasting, we will go down the path. Annette, why don't you ask me the question that you would ask?
Well, I guess I had a couple of different parts to my question. One, what's the difference between fasting and detoxing? And then the idea of detoxing, and I mean, at least in my background, when I've tried it, I've either done this like 3-week detoxing of no sugar, and I can't even remember what all my no's were because it's been just a little bit. Or what about when you can't go 21 days and yet you have these sugar cravings like me, and you just can't get rid of. So I'm just trying to figure out what I can do now before I get to a 21-day fast, and then when I can do a 21-day, or is that the magic number, 21-day fast?
Okay,
detox.
Okay, so there is a magic number 21 for not so much detox, but for reducing your sugar cravings. There's quite a bit of research out there. You can go search the net, whatever you want to do to find it, that does say that it takes about 21 days for the brain to reset and reduce that craving for sugar. Sugar is the most addictive drug in the world.
I believe it.
It's more, there's studies on rats, it's more addictive than cocaine. Cocaine addicted rats, when given the opportunity to have cocaine in their cages or sugar water, the cocaine addicted rats went to the sugar water instead. Now you tell me,
Wow.
that's pretty powerful right there. So we can't take sugar lightly. There's a lot of great websites out there, and health coaches and programs that have 21-day sugar detox and all these great things. But so let's answer question 1. What's the difference between detox and fasting?
Okay.
So detox is more of not necessarily cutting your calories out or down, and not necessarily putting them in a certain time period in a day. It has more to do with changing the food you eat. So literally on an intermittent fast, while I don't recommend it, you could actually eat hamburgers and french fries and hot dogs between noon and 7 and just, maybe cut out a few, and Twinkies if you wanted to. The difference between that and detox is we're going to try and choose the healthiest foods on the planet to fill our bodies with.
Okay.
So detox means we're taking away things that are known, they're known to affect blood sugar. They're known to affect inflammation and things like that. So on a detox, you're going to do things like you're going to get rid of the major ones. You're going to get rid of corn, sugar, dairy, soy, and grain.
Yeah.
Those are the big keys right there, because many of those are known to increase inflammation, raise triglycerides, cause pain, set off a myriad of events. So we're taking those out of our diet, the big ones: corn, soy, grains. What else did I say? I missed it already. Corn, sugar. Duh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, getting rid of those. And so what we do then, you have a couple of options. One way to detox is to just throw a lot of superfoods in your body. Loads and loads of dark green and very colorful vegetables. All of your kales and your spinaches, your broccolis, your Brussels sprouts. Throw in loads of tomatoes, loads of berries, pretty much any superfood you can get into your body. Sweet potatoes, those kinds of things that are just nutrient dense. Loads of phytonutrients. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, pomegranates are huge for healing. So basically that's the difference. Detox is eliminating bad things for you, filling yourself with loads of good things. And the other option is on detox, a lot of people do juicing. So it might end up being somewhat of a fast because the calories are so low when you're doing some of these juicing protocols. And most of the juicing protocols call for some kind of dark leafy green.
When you say juicing, what do you mean?
I mean, like, you're literally taking vegetables and throwing them in either a juicer or a blender.
And drinking them.
And drinking them. And you're doing nothing but drinking juices all day or most of the day.
I wonder where some good recipes are for
Simple Green Smoothies. That's on the web. That's one site you can go look up. They started a year to 2 years ago. Really great company. They're taking off like crazy. They have a lot of great recipes. Just be advised that a lot of their recipes do have fruit in them. And so not everybody can tolerate that much fruit. Some people need to back off on the fruit just a little bit.
But
they're a great one. Simple green smoothies. I'm not getting paid for this. I don't even know them personally, but I do know they have a lot. And I think they have an app on your phone. It's pretty easy to do. But juicing, we're talking about throwing things in a blender or in a juicer. The difference between blending and juicing is blending, you're putting all of the foods that you're going to puree in there, and it's just going to liquefy them. The difference with a juicer is it takes out a lot of the pulp and the fiber and things like that. So you're getting rid of the seeds, all of those things. So that's the difference. There's two different parts to that. Some people are on the train of thought, you need all that fiber and you need all of those skins and peels and pulps and all of that. And then because it's a source of nutrients, and some people say the other side of that is it's also a source of anti-nutrients and chemicals and just harshness. So whichever route you go, I'm always such a big believer of trying a variation. Never sticking with exactly one thing all the time in your diet or your diet plan or your meals or juicing or whatever that is. Mix it up. Maybe one, and it honestly, it depends on your situation. It depends on maybe what disease you have or something, and whether you need to go more juicing or you need to go, more blending.
Right.
So kind of depends a lot on that. A lot of my cancer clients, we really recommend some of the juicing where they take everything out and it's just a very pure form of nutrition. But back to the juicing protocol and what's in it. Typically you have things like a dark leafy green, celery, maybe 1 carrot, maybe half of an apple. You might throw in there some ginger, some curcumin.
And these are the kind of recipes that you'll find on like that. What was it again?
Simple green smoothies.
Simple green smoothies.
And they got all sorts of kitschy little stuff. Comes with a mason jar, and they're really cute. So there you go. So that's basically the difference in juicing or detoxing and intermittent fasting.
So how long can you detox healthy and stay healthy? Is there a limit?
Not really.
Okay.
So if you're just going to juice, you're definitely going to want to make sure you add in some, you're going to need at some point in time some carbohydrates, like some sweet potatoes or something like that. Oatmeal sometimes go in the juicing. Or
how about the proteins?
Some people can go, a lot of people go as long as 21 days without it.
Okay.
So if they really just want to clean out the system and go all veggie, all raw veggie, it can work. So I unfortunately have done that before, not on purpose, getting some kind of weird food poisoning and ended up doing nothing but having vegetables for about 2 to 3 months, just till the parasite and everything was healed from the body.
And I would say this is a weight loss.
Oh yes, you can weight loss. And
there's
you can increase your hunger on it. So you just have to know who you are. So for some people, doing one detox day a week where it's just superfoods and a juicing and no added preservatives or chemicals or anything like that is a great idea for all of us.
Like on a regular basis.
Yeah, one day a week would be great. If you really want to kickstart, then sure, go for it. Start down a path of detox and go down the juicing path. Just be prepared in advance for there's going to be days of fatigue and weakness, and then there's going to be days where, oh wow, I feel like amazing, I'm getting all this great nutrition. It just depends on where you're starting.
Right.
If you're already eating really well and getting 5 to 7 to 10 vegetables and fruits a day, you should be doing pretty well. But if you're not, then yes, juicing can go well, or detoxing. Of course, there's a bazillion supplements on the market to go with that. A lot of times everybody's going to try and sell you something. Everybody's got the latest and greatest and best detox on the market. I just say do your homework. Just because your best friend sells it doesn't mean it's best for you. And there's no such thing as a miracle cure or a miracle detox. You still need to do the work on your own. So there's some things that can make it simpler. And there are some supplements out there and products out there that can help, that are superfood based. Just if you're going to pick a detox type product, make sure it's a food-based one. Make sure there's multiple strains of probiotics in it.
Okay.
So, at least 3 or 4. And make sure that there's a lot of foods in it. And known superfoods. You've got berries, you've got wheatgrass, spirulina. There's so many different components that can be in a supplement like that. So, know before you go, if you happen to pick out a detox product, you're always welcome to upload it and ask us for our opinion. I am great at giving opinions. And then quickly moving on to the sugar detox. Things you can do every day to hopefully squelch those sugar cravings is eat more fat. That's what we talked about, fat first, that when fat goes up on your diet, you're more satisfied. You're not going to want some of those things as much. You know, more nuts, more organic coconut oils, organic butters, things like that. Olives help lower that sugar threshold. But if you continue to eat sugar every day, you're just driving that craving and driving it home. So as much as possible, avoiding sugar like the plague.
Okay.
So, but yes, 21 days to completely sugar detox. So if you go down the path and you're on day 10 and then you have sugar, guess what? We're going to start all over again. And a lot of the starchy carbs, bread, gluten, things like that, that also drives those cravings. So be careful when you're taking in a lot of carbs as well. More healthy fats, more veggies, always, fruits. You can do the rest. Okay. Good question, Annette. I like that one today. I like to them. Alrighty. Thanks so much for joining us again on Anyone Can Change One with Monica and Annette. And we will see you next week. Make it a great one.
Bye.